Hello to you, my fellow journeymen and journeywomen. My name is Tanya, and I'm about to show you my final capstone project. I was in the arts and media track for this course, so I have created a piece of artwork. Initially, during the draft phase, I thought I was going to be assembling a poetry chapbook, and based on feedback and through the process, I obviously changed that, and the reasoning being that I felt that it wasn't simple enough, approachable, and alive enough. So I'm going to show you the final piece, and it is a 12 by 12 inch canvas with a lot going on. The title I have given it is Brane on a Plane with Mountains and CMB, and the CMB stands for Cosmic Microwave Background. And the reason I have chosen to represent mountains here in this string landscape actually is best explained in a quote. And this quote I'm about to read to you is from Brian Greene, and he wrote this in a book entitled The Hidden Reality. The string landscape can be visualized schematically as a mountainous terrain in which different valleys represent different forms for the extra dimensions, and altitude represents the cosmological constant's value. And that's just more of a reason why I've chosen mountains. Another element I'd like to point out to you is that I do have two guitar strings that go across the front of this, and they make a very low vibrational sound. So I know you cannot read the prose that is reflected on the mountains. I'm going to go ahead and try to get through that reading it to you as fluidly as possible. So I apologize if I stutter. I've done this about 12 times. So let's see. When you say project, I say build, a volcanic flaring forth, a capstone mountain built word by word, a monument, a tributary and summary of the journey of the universe, this one infinitely expanding verse. But what fascinates me more than any heroic journeys, greater than the divine resolve of any unified theory or story, contains most of what we cannot see. Over courses we can imagine when thrown a rote and taught overlaps, graphs, Venn diagrams, metaphors, and scores of other such stretching strings of symmetry by comparison. I shall describe more clearly what we cannot see later. Now, there can be no single story, no body reads the same way, regardless of mistranslation meaning mutilations or history, aka multiverse, one of those things way to be seen in molehills. And I have been tasked with a thing, art and science, a marriage of soulmates, asymmetry. In one place, no such thing without expansion, I imagine even an infinity, or at least 10, 11 dimensions. Where to start when there is no beginning, before the beginning, meaning why, simplified, and I shudder to show how all stories, stones, words line up just so in the end. Isn't this apocalyptic fractaling by extrapolation? Cosmology and theology, entwined by fusion to spark a new, bigger bang. Believe you me, fission is symmetrical faith, a sweet centropic belief in isms, schisms, to disagree precisely where entropy lies when it comes to heavenly bodies, like metaphors, rocks, miracles, birds, and stories. So, in summary, you see, I have failed to unite my own beliefs with either magnetic pole, since neither seems strong enough to hold weak force with increasing dark energy or matter for that which also may not be seen, as in electro, radio, solar, lunar, magnetic rolling fields where balls can be tossed in as strings, and these things missing may be what makes this new story's characters fall flat and unsound. Reaching for reason in a vacuum, professors presumed to be doctors of philosophy, concocting antibiotics for relativity, administer quanta jitters, just so you know. And imagine, our different locations provide perspective and reflect what is beauty. Never one copy, one story, one theory, one theology, one more meteor, one more journey, or one more mountain to move, stone by stone age, and lightening the load, ground up it was always the same. So that's basically everything that it says. And the only other quote that I have for you, I've included in the text explanation, is by Erich Fromm. And he said, "The capacity to be puzzled is the premise of all creation, be it in art or in science, or shall I say this journey as well." Thank you.